7 months now. I really can't believe it. The time's gone so quick, and ultimately it's been the most amazing, awesome time of our lives. I've been thinking a lot about our journey and what it took to get here and the planning that went into it. And some of the things that I think would be really useful and interesting to some of our viewers, especially if you are considering relocating from your country to another country, and particularly Phuket, Thailand. A lot of people think that Phuket is a cheap place to reside in, and there are some things that are definitely lower in cost to our home country, which is New Zealand, and probably to your home country too. But all in all, our life costs basically the same as what it did in New Zealand. It's just that our standard of living is much higher. So I thought I'd go over some of those details, and you may find it interesting. It really depends on what your agenda is when you come here. Did I come here to live frugally and to not have even the lifestyle that I had at home? No, I didn't. But I also came here mindful of the fact that we didn't want to go backwards in our life. I don't want to go home after we've had this journey and have to work until we're 90 to pay for it. I wanted to maintain the level of wealth that we had created and go forward in our life without this taking away from our future. So that's not always easy, right? Because here we aren't working our normal day jobs, and we're spending money every day. So let me go over some of the details with you, and yeah, you might find it interesting. So before we came, we did a lot of planning. Dean and I are planners. Everything we do in our life, we usually have a bit of a plan, and we don't tend to do things spur of the moment without any thought. As part of our planning to come here, we did a really extensive budget, and I wanted to be as realistic as possible with our budget so that we knew what we were getting ourselves into and that we would hopefully not go backwards financially. So I cut our budget into different sections. They were sectioned out into everyday expenses, living expenses, regular expenses, irregular expenses, personal, kids, and other expenses. So I thought that I would go through each of those and give you a bit of a rundown of what our life here costs, and it might give you a view of what things would cost for you if you decided to do the same thing. So on what is a rainy day at the beginning of monsoon season here at Phuket, let me break down for you our budget and what we spend every month. Let's start with fuel. We run a car and a motorbike, and we ride and drive these every day, and our spend per month is approximately 280 New Zealand dollars. The next thing on our budget list is groceries. We shop at the local Thai supermarket Macro, and we do buy quite a lot of stuff for our house. We have food here that Jamie enjoys to eat, quite a lot of what would be considered farang food, dairy food, cheeses, yogurt, that kind of thing, and those can be pricier items here in Thailand. So $950 New Zealand is what we spend per month on groceries. Next on our budget list is dining out. Dining out's a big one for us in terms of we do it every single day. We go out to a restaurant at least once a day. A lot of times it's twice a day, and our budget per month is $730. Can you believe it? It's less than what we spend on groceries. It's such good value to eat out here. The really big one in our budget is rent. We have a beautiful villa here that we really enjoy, and we could cut that down a lot if we were willing to have a smaller place, maybe a more Thai style place and without a swimming pool, but we enjoy living where we do, and that costs us 2,780 New Zealand dollars per month. When we were here prior to COVID, the same residence cost just over $2,000 a month. So there has been an increase in the rent prices now that the tourists are back in town. But the thing is that what is included this time, which wasn't included last time, is the cleaning, the linen change, the Wi-Fi and the water, so it doesn't really work out too much more expensive, and we're happy with what we pay here. In addition to rent, we have our electricity bill. That's been quite a surprising one for us because it pretty much equals what we paid in New Zealand. We are paying 370 New Zealand dollars a month approximately, and that does run a few air conditioners. It has been really hot, so we'll see as we go into monsoon season, and we may not be using so much of our air conditioning if that comes down a bit. But at the moment, $370 a month is what we allow for electricity. We are running 3 Thai mobile phones, and the cost for that is 75 New Zealand dollars a month. I think this is really good value. I actually can't remember exactly what the package includes, but I can say I have never run out of data. I've never run out of phone or text minutes. So it's everything we need, and I use the data a lot. So $75 for all 3, all-inclusive per month. Then we get on to the fun things in our life, the things that we enjoy to do. And number 1 for that is our Muay Thai training. So Muay Thai training, Dean and I go about 3 times a week, and that's the 2 of us going every time, and per month that costs approximately 255 New Zealand dollars. This is well worth it to me. We could go and join a gym, cheaper, but the training that we get at Muay Thai and the enjoyment that I get out of it, it is well worth every penny. The next thing on the enjoyment list is massages. So massages here, we probably go altogether approximately 10 times per month. I would go at least once a week. Jamie goes once in a while, and Dean probably has the most massages out of all of us, and that costs around about 140 New Zealand dollars per month. So yeah, I think this is a treat that is well worth including into your budget. 1 massage at home doesn't cost much less than having 10 massages here, and I loved getting massages at home as well, but it was really something that I could afford to do only about once a month. So we really make the most of having accessibility to really good value massages here in Thailand. The other thing that we love to do is play pickleball. We discovered pickleball last time we were here in Thailand and became addicted to it pretty much straight away. We play that multiple times a week, and that costs us about 140 New Zealand dollars per month. We think that this is well worth every penny. We love pickleball, and if you haven't heard of it or haven't seen it, look it up on YouTube. It's the fastest growing sport in the United States, and yeah, it's amazing. Get into it. Fun activities. This is things like Blue Tree Water Park and Amanda Water Park, the ATV or zip lining, paragliding, going on the jet skis, things like that. We try and include about 2 of those activities per month. It's one of the nice things about being here in Phuket, and we really want to experience all those things and have fun. So we allow about 300 New Zealand dollars per month to do those activities. Clothing and shoes. We don't have a big budget for clothing and shoes, and that is purely because there is not a big need for a lot of fancy things here in Thailand. We dress casual, and you don't need to wear much. It's hot the majority of the time, and a few shorts and t-shirts and bikinis is really all you need. So we allow $100 New Zealand per month for clothes and shoes. Getting haircuts. Yeah, this is another one of those things that it is just such good value here, and I realise how much well, I shouldn't say we're ripped off in New Zealand because I'll probably upset a lot of hairdressers, but yeah, I mean, it's insane what we pay in New Zealand. I mean, just before I came over here, I got my buzz at the back of my hair done, and you know, it's like, I don't know, a 3 to 5 minute job, and I got charged about $35 New Zealand for that. So yeah, the same job here I get done regularly, and it costs me about $6.50, and yeah, I think that's about what it's worth. So every month for Dean and I and Jamie to get our hair cut, we have a budget of $30 per month, and yeah, anyone who knows Dean knows that he has to get his hair cut quite regularly. So yeah, what a bargain. Getting your hair cut in Thailand, such good value. Now we move on to expenses relating to having a child here in Thailand, and one of those is pocket money. So we allow our daughter pocket money every week so that she can have some choices about what she spends her money on, and we're not forking out for all these odds and sods. So we budget 185 New Zealand dollars per month for pocket money. School fees. Now this may be of interest to people who are coming here with children. Jamie was attending a school here, an international school, and to my knowledge it's actually one of the more cost competitive international schools here in Phuket. It is in the Muay area. And that was costing around about 815 New Zealand dollars per month. As you may know from a previous video, we have now taken Jamie out of school and she's doing online schooling with the New Zealand curriculum, so that expense has recently come off the budget, but we're still leaving it there as an allowance because there will be other costs with having her home. Yeah, she's here eating with us more often and doing other things with us, so we'll probably spend that much money in other ways. So we have a budget for a cash amount, so that's just miscellaneous things that you'll spend cash on during the month, and we allow 600 New Zealand dollars for that. The other section of the budget, this covers things that you might buy for home, like kitchen appliances, you know, school books, stationery, and things like whiteboard. We bought a whiteboard for the kitchen, and our budget for that is $60 New Zealand per month. We also have an allowance for things like doctors, visa extensions, other bureaucracy type paperwork and fees that we have to contend with, and that is about 200 New Zealand dollars per month. So in summary, we have a budget that allows for around about 2,000 New Zealand dollars per week, and this seems to cover all of these everyday expenses and incidentals that come up. We do travel from time to time. We flew to Bangkok recently. We've taken road trips to Khao Lak and Krabi and things like that, and the budget meets all these requirements. So in summary, no two budgets are ever going to be the same. It really depends on your own individual situation and what you're trying to achieve from your time living away from home. If you're travelling without children and are prepared to have a more simple type of accommodation, perhaps an apartment or a condo rather than a 3-bedroom villa with its own swimming pool, and if you're prepared to eat the local Thai food every day and perhaps you like the food of the street carts, your budget could be a lot less than what we have detailed here in this video. This suits us right here, right now, but in the future we can see ourselves coming back, just the two of us, when Jamie is independent and doing her own thing in life, and I'm sure our budget will be quite different then. I predict probably half of what we're spending now. I would be happy with a really simple life, and I love Thai food, and to be honest, I don't even know if we'd need a car. A motorbike would probably suffice. So this is a really good demonstration of two adults and a teenager, and it might be similar to what you would spend. Maybe it wouldn't. Everybody is different. But one thing I would definitely recommend is make sure you do your budget before you come and be honest. Make your budget extensive, cover all the things. Make sure you think about dentists, optometrists, doctors, visas, insurance. It's all coming up and has to be catered for. But whatever you do, make it happen. It's all totally worth it.